Hello and welcome to my sewing room. My name's Wendy and I'd like to show you today how to make some of these lovely flowers to go on the zip pulls of bags. I've been making these for a while to go on my bags, and they're practical because they enable you to pull the zip more easily, but they also add a decorative touch, a unique touch to each bag. They tend to work better if you make them in a slightly heavier fabric like this furnishing weight cotton that this bag's made out of. You can make them out of quilting cotton, but they do tend to go a bit flat after a while. This is the first one I made for one of the first Boston bags I made, and it's made with quilting cotton. You can see it's now gone a little bit flat, so I'm going to replace that. Now here's some of the materials that you'll need. You just need a 4-inch square of fabric of your choice. It can be one of the fabrics that's in your bag, or it could also be something that contrasts with it. If you've watched my spring tote bag tutorial, I'm going to start by making a flower to go onto that. So for that you just need the 4-inch or 10-inch square of the fabric, and you start by folding that in half, and you can give it a press, you don't have to, and sew down 1/4 inch seam allowance down one side, back stitching at the beginning and end. Once you've done that, you need to turn it round the right way, and you do this by rolling it through your fingers, and you're going to stop halfway, so you'll have like a tube. It's a bit easier to do this with quilting weight fabric. It's a bit tricky with fabric this thick, but you just have to. And then get a thread and needle. It's best to use something like button thread, but you can just double over some normal thread and just work your way around the raw ends, not the end that's folded over. Put it on your finger like a thimble, like I've done, and just do some small stitches. They're not actually going to be seen because they're going to be gathering stitches, and do that all the way around. You won't, and don't cut off the thread at the end. Just leave it attached. So work your way all the way around the top of the flower. So cut yourself, or choose some thread and that matches. Can just be a scrap, and I recommend you get a piece that's about 10 to 12 inches long, so 25-30 centimetres, something like that. Double it over, and then put it through the gap, the hole in the zip pull. Put it down through it, so where the zip pull's going to lie that way. Put the loop down through it, and then loop it through like I'm doing there. Next step is to get your flower with the thread still attached, and put the folded end, not the raw end you've just been stitching, but the folded end on first. I'm just showing you there that there's gathering stitches. But you put the folded end on first, and pull the thread through, pull the cord through. You can use any ribbon or cord or anything, not as long as you choose something that's not too fat, because it detracts from the flower if you do. So just do a double knot. Pull it very tight. So then make sure that the flower's above the knot, and pull your gathering stitches tight. then just do several stitches through, go straight through, and also go through the cord and secure the flower. You need to be a bit careful doing this, because if you don't go through both layers of the fabric, you can sometimes end up with it looking tatty at the top when you turn the flower back over, so it's worth taking a bit of time and doing this carefully. Then just tie it off and cut the thread. Secure it like that and then cut the thread. And then pull the flower back over the knot. And rethread or re-knot your thread. You might need to switch to a contrast one here or one that matches, and just sew straight across. You're going to be making a star shape effectively at the bottom of the flower, so secure that neatly there, and knot that off before you try and pull in the other corner. Tie that one off first and secure it in place, and then go across to the other corner. I didn't film the very end of this step, but I will on the next flower. There it is finished. You can see the kind of star shape at the end, and you can see it on the bag. So the next one is I'm going to use this leather as the stalk, and what this does is it's quite firm, so it means that the flower doesn't hang down, it sort of sticks out a little bit, which looks quite nice. You obviously need a zip that's got a large hole, taking the flower off, the old flower off. It's got a large hole in the zip pull, and it's a good moment to talk about different kinds of zip. That's a bag zip that's on that bag, so it's wider. You'll see that on the Boston bag tutorial. I use a wider bag zip, and on this one it's got quite a big hole in the zip pull, which means you can put something like this leather piece in it more easily. You wouldn't have got that through the other one that I've just done. Tie a knot in it, and then do the same thing. Do your stitches in the end of the piece of fabric that you've rolled. You've cut. You'll have done the same thing with the piece of fabric, and start by folding it over and doing a 1/4 inch hem. Then do your gathering stitches around the top. I'm pulling bits of cotton out of this because I had to redo it, because I joined two pieces together and then realised that the bit I didn't want showing needed to be on the inside, so I had to pull it apart and do it again. That's why I've not filmed the very beginning of this. But I only had a tiny bit of the spotty woolen fabric left, so I attached another piece to it that was plain grey, and then when I did my flower that was showing so I had to turn it back round the other way. So there it is, ready to be gathered. Stick it on the stalk, as it were, pull it through, do the same. Make sure you secure it. It's actually quite hard to get the needle through the leather, but you can do it. Probably could have done with putting a thimble on my finger, but I don't have one. So just go through there a few times. again, just pull the flower back down over the knot. And then for this one, I reattached a thread that matched the purple of the woolen fabric, and just did the same thing. You find the halfway mark on each side. And put the thread back. Do a stitch, hide the knot there. Go straight across the other side. And then secure that stitch by tying it off, but don't cut the thread off. One thing you can do is once you've finished the flower, you can put like maybe a little bead or something at the very end to finish it off. I didn't do that with this one, but you can do that. It looks quite nice. Same thing, pull that other side in and then secure that, and then do the final one. It's much easier if you do it that way. And do the final bit.